Then, didn't it?
It is.
Evening, everyone.
All right. All right.
Look at the back. Yeah, she is. This would have, if I were going to pick this show, there you go, guys. I would have picked that one. Still got a lot more up to come. Nice patterning, nice separation. Look at that, beautiful fish. And again, check this out, guys. This is something else. That is beautiful. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Nice wild common trout coming up for a piece of bread. Perfect. Let's have a look at his koi facility again and look at this full cherry blossom. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to get from the other side so we've got the sun behind us so that you can see this, but this is absolutely stunning. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Beautiful. Without further ado, I'll get us inside, have a look round, and let you see what you think. Catches in it. So in this whole complex, the fish are stunning. Absolutely beautiful. One bat after another. Really nice, exactly there.
Well, we almost got it perfect, didn't we? So we didn't do too bad. Evening all, welcome to GKP Live. We have a little bit of feedback there from Daz's microphone, so I shall just alter your settings a little bit, Daz. Bear me 1 second. There we go. We'll give that a try. See what that's like. Give us a hi, Daz.
Hi, Daz.
There you go. There we go. Mick.
All right.
You're good too. Yeah, brilliant. Well, I hope everybody's good. I hope everybody's had a good week. Sorry for the no show last Thursday, but as I stated, there was a couple of comments that people put up there as if I was scared to be online or doing a live show at the same time as Surrey Koi and the rest of those guys. I ain't got a problem with them doing their live show on a Thursday night. If that's what they want to do, that's what they're more than entitled to do. I wanted to enjoy some time with my family. I wanted to enjoy some time with some friends, and that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I posted. So we can just straighten that one out before anybody else makes any more comments on it. What have you been up to then this week, Mick? Doing that because you're frozen right under the bus and you don't know what to say.
Went out and bought a new tree for the garden, like a weeping blossom tree. Dad, what's it called again? I forget what it's called.
I can't remember its name.
It's a Cotoneaster.
A what?
Cotoneaster. A weeping
Cotoneaster.
Yeah.
It's nice. 7 foot tall with a 7 foot wide canopy, I think you said, Mick, is that right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's how big it'll grow.
Like
Over the traffic. I think it's over 25-year period, I think that is. Yeah. It'll get to the full height if it's in the right conditions.
And was we right in saying it was a grafted tree then, you know? Or is it,
it was a grafted tree.
It is a grafted
100%,
tree.
100% grafted tree, because on the bottom you got the main stem and it's grafted like that. You can see it. It does look like an apple bark grafted. Apple tree rooted.
one of the most common trees that they graft to, isn't it? The apple tree, or
It is, yeah, Malus rootstock.
because they're not mass fast growers, are they? So they tend to be one of the ones that they use more often than any.
Yeah, 4 different rootstocks that they're grafted onto. They're like M27. They've all got their own reference number, and that dictates how vigorous that particular graft rootstock is. So you can graft different varieties onto different rootstocks to make them dwarf or large.
Oh, cool.
All right.
I didn't know that one. It's a good job we do, a man. Oh, damn it. Who does? There are some, not so much spoilers, but it's going to be, there is some changes coming to GKP. We are, my wife might very well kick me butt for this, but I can't hold it inside anymore because I just can't. So later on, there will be something to come. Shortly and a little bit later, there will be a little bit of an update on Mick's garden and what he's been doing, what he's been up to. We're going to touch base back onto a couple of topics that we brought up in the past. One of the main ones being food again. I've just ordered myself a nice, great big 15 kg bag of. I've just put it in this tub, just so this is the tub me and my grandson use because it's about his size and he can pick it up and carry it. It's Kunikoi's Japanese, which is in a free meal pellet, and Mick's been trying it out for us this week.
Yeah,
it's been from what I can see and what he's seen so
there's
far. 2
no
weeks feeding with no waste.
No waste.
Other than, obviously there'd be some waste, granted, waste, but not like what some of us and other people have been getting with another brand. Yeah. I don't want to slag them off too much, but at the end of the day, it's not done my pond any good. I can't continue to use it. But that brings me on to another topic, and there's not so many people in here, and I'm not by any means trying to make out like somebody might be, koi food's expensive. Let's put it that way. I have a year's supply of it. I have a 10 kg bag of Webex colour enhancing food, which I have opened. I've sealed it back up, but the waste that I'm getting from it is just not a quality of food that I want to be feeding. Now, there is also several tubs of Coppens, which is like an all-round food, and then there is another one which is a wheat germ food. There's another one which is a high-protein food. If anybody is interested and anybody wants, I think I've got a couple of photos that I could probably bring up and show you. If anybody's interested and would like to have them, you're more than welcome. If anybody wants to get in touch, drop me an email, stick a comment through, whatever, whichever's easy for yourself. My email address is, as always, in my about on YouTube. Feel free to get in touch. Rather than throw it in bin, if somebody can make use of it, it's a free gift for somebody if they want it. So there's an offer there if anybody wants. If anybody's
ideal. It'd be ideal for somebody who's got a goldfish pond.
Yeah, it's reasonable food if you're trying to do what I'm trying to do, which is grow a couple of fish on. I'm trying to feed a decent amount of it, and when doing so, I'm getting a lot of waste for it. It's not something I need to be using in my pond. I don't particularly enjoy it or like it. So, but if anybody is interested and everybody wants it, it is free. You can have it. I was thinking about maybe giving it away with part of my 500 subscriber giveaway, but I think that's a bit nah. But if anybody wants it, get in touch. The second one being is I also have a Becco. I have 2 Beccos, one which was in my last video, of which I'd stated is not the favourite of the 2. And if anybody is interested and would like to make an offer or would even just like to take it and take it away and have it as a free gift from GKP, please get in touch. Again, I think it was, I've forgotten, but it 35 cm, 36 cm, I think, the larger one of the 2. So if anybody's interested and wants to know or is interested in having a look at fish, hit me up. I'll send you some details, send you some sizes, and you can have a look at it. Anybody that wants to look at it after this show or during the show, have a look at my last video. It's the first Becco out of the 2 that I bowled up. If anybody else is interested and would like to Either yourselves, anybody, feel free, hit me up. Right, next one. We'll go through a few of the comments. We'll have a quick chat with everybody first, and then we'll touch on a couple of topics. So we've got a hi guys from Jamie. How are you doing, mate? Hope you're well. We've got hi people from Ilse. Hope you're good, mate. Hello, Ilse. Jamie says, just thought I'd start by saying I've been treating a few open woods and a large black and white koi for the past 4 weeks, and joy and success. Oh, that's great news, mate. I'm glad you've got it all cleared up. I'm hoping she's healed now, or she's healed up now and looking good and starting to come right. That's good news, mate. We've got an evening all from Gary Webb from MGHSXI, and a hi Gaz, Mick and Daz from Gary Webb. We've got a beautiful fish from Teresa Morgan. How are you, Teresa? Hope you're good.
All right, Teresa.
We've got a hi all from Teresa. We have an evening, everyone, from Ramsey. Hope you're good, mate. Evening all. Nice intro, guys. Thank you very much, Phil. The only thing I'm a little bit disappointed with is the free version of this. It limits you to 720p, and it's pixelated the quality of some of the fish. But yeah, cheapskates can't be choosers, can they? I could do really get myself a slightly better version. We've got a hire from Pond Life. Hope you're good, mate. We've got an evening all from Jack Coy, and a very nice tree from Garrett. Mick, any more news on your new MGHS yet? Unfortunately, not's the answer. I'm sure he wants it in the ice white.
Sod off.
That Ramsey has a new filter house build going. Oh, how's it coming on, mate? Hope it's doing good. We got hello, Gaz and everyone from David Cook. How you doing, David? Hope you're well, mate.
Good evening.
Krusty Coyle says hi all. How you doing, Krusty? Hope you're good. Keith and Paula's Pond and Builds and other projects shouts. Hello, everyone.
Hi there.
Hi, Krusty. You got your bro building those walls yet? Koi and brew. Now that sounds like a perfect combination. That be Saturday morning, can you? Getting up with a brew, going out for your koi. Like that one. Hi all. Has anyone tried Nishikoi Grove? I haven't, but my pocket's not quite that deep. Yeah. I've used.
It sends the water like a tingy red colour if you feed it.
Red color, isn't it?
Is that the?
I have used it before. Yeah, and the fish love it.
The fish love it, but actually it does send the water a bit.
He does tint the water, yeah.
Tint the water.
We've got what walls, Jack. So, Chris, you don't know what you're on about. Gary says, I'm feeding my koi on Coppens, OSW. Well, I had a chat this morning. with the gentleman from Quinny Koi. Well, when I tried to put in my order the day before, when I clicked to pay through on PayPal, for some reason it rejected it. But it didn't reject the payment. I think it crashed mid-process. So I rang him first thing. I spoke with him. He sorted it all out, got it all through. And I said that if, I've fed it, they've all come up this morning and smashed it straight away. It's all been eaten. So, sorry, not this morning, this afternoon. When I got home, they've all eaten it and everything seems good that way. They haven't turned their nose up it and some away from it. I did see like you said, Mick, there ain't a lot that sinks. But there was some sinking, and the Daz's special little fish, which was the sarga, wham straight on that. So, but he likes the sinking. I've been feeding him some high protein sinking food that I feed me other fish as well, which is some of yours and the fancy goldfish. So he's pretty clued up on it for sinking food. He's straight on it straight away. But they've all eaten it pretty well. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It's their mid-range food. They only have one which is better. I've said if I'm happy with the results, I will stick with it, and then go through the bag, see how we go, and give them a review. Let them know what we think. But up to press, the bags are absolutely massive. I'm going to swap that. It feels way more heavy than 15 kg. Well heavy. But we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. See if it's got very good reviews, 5-star reviews from every person that I read it up on it. So it sounds like a good food. So we'll give it a go. We've gone for the smaller pellet purely as well in the free milled, so that everybody can get some, and all the smaller ones can get their fair share as well. Because at the end of the day, Koi farms feed smaller pellet food. I don't really see as there's a great need to be whacking in their, 6 mil pellets or bigger. Everybody else seems to do it in that manner. So I'm going to follow suit, see how it goes. We've got the pond build. Last I saw, you've got the basic. There you go, mate. Just got the JPD Medicap colour enhancer. Right. I got told something today by Quinny. Now, it's with colour enhancers and growth or high proteins, it's best to only feed such foods for about a month and a half, 6 weeks. And then after you've done a month and a half, 6 weeks, you want to knock back and give them some, everyday type of foods, less protein content, and then switch it up again after a few weeks, switch it back up again, and keep doing that throughout the summer period, rather than just eating them with high protein constantly. And also a little bit of information he told me was this stuff is 30, it's either 37 or 38% protein.
38.
Well, I said, well, that's good, because really, carp can only absorb 38. A little fact for you, I don't know if you know, I didn't know, so it was a school day for me. Carp in the younger years, as in fry, fingerlings to 4-year-old, can absorb a higher content of protein than koi over 4 years. The older they get, the less protein they can absorb, the more that goes to waste. So the younger the fish, the more protein it can have. The better to get those proteins in it whilst it's a younger fish and growing than latter stage of its life. So there you go. Don't know if you know, didn't know if you know that, but I thought it was quite interesting.
The first 4 years, the growth years of koi, after that, the growth slows down considerably. So
yeah. We've got Ilsley says, all good, thanks. My koi journey says, hi everyone.
Right.
Gary says, if you send me the file, Gaz, I may be able to help with your intro quality. Yeah, I'm more than capable myself, mate. I just stuck it out as it was. It has to be 200 megabytes. When you reduce 200 megabytes, you lose quality, and the length of it is probably more the issue. It's probably a little bit too long, but at least this week we actually saw it all. But I like to mess about with that kind of stuff myself, because at the end of the day, I'm learning and I'm still teaching. So thanks for the offer. Appreciate it, mate. But I will mess about with it. I will find something that I can sort it out with at some point and some stage. Peter says, just drying out. LOL, did filter clean, and the top up didn't fit pipe in the dechlorinator, probably got wet. At least you didn't do what I did, mate, over there. I filled my pond up, and then I bought out, and I came back into the shed, and I'd forgot that I'd put the hose pipe into the barrel, and the whole of the shed floor was absolutely soaking wet through. And I mean soaking. I was squelching around in it. It was that bad. This carpet down on the floor, that's a bad idea. That carpet's going to have to come out. I'm glad it was warm, and has been as warm as it was, because I could leave the shed door open all day and it will partially dried out by then. Plus, there's a good void underneath the shed, so it probably just drained away too. But yeah, it went everywhere. Overflowed out of first barrel, second barrel, because obviously there were way more water going in. I don't know what, I forgot. The pump goes onto a 10-minute timer. I could do a 10-minute timer, switch it off. It's just about enough time to give it, a quick look over, a quick inspection, and check over. And I thought, oh, right, I'll give it a clean. And I forgot I unplugged the pump, or switched the pump off. I just paused it. So I'm cleaning out as I do. And then next thing I'm thinking, what's that noise? And I turned out and looked in the shed, and I could see water running out the front door. I thought, God damn, that's a lot of water.
You need a bottom draining shed.
Yeah, I could do, definitely. But it went absolutely everywhere. Soaked it wet through. And I did also have another problem too. My little pump burnt itself out. Not such a big deal. It's 4-year-old. It's one of them things, and it happens. I don't know whether it got seized up or what, but it sat there and it must have just got hotter and hotter and hotter until it burned itself out. So that's as much problems as what I've had for the last couple of days, but I do know I ended up just in my trainers off and just bare feet in shed because carpet and everywhere with that wet. There was that much water in there. The elbow trickle out of back and bottom of the shed. So really funny. All right, what we got here? We've hi all. Haven't seen you with Jack in a while. Well, you haven't, mate. That's because I haven't been with Jack in a while. I'm surprised Daz here. He's got 7 million fry to feed. He really has, mate. He has a lot. An absolute ton of them. And not only has he got a ton of them, he just bought some more as well. To let you pick up on.
Sucker for punishment.
He had himself a little holiday, which was another reason.
Oh, yeah.
Why we were last week, because this isn't, I wouldn't just say this is my show, because these guys have been here from day one, and if they want to continue coming on and being on week in, week out, they're more welcome to it. Daz wasn't available because he was on holiday. Mick had turned into Alan Tishmash, so he was well busy.
Yeah.
and I wanted, my family came up to see, so we thought we'd have a night off. And then we also had after everybody had done what we were doing, I also had a good old gaming session with Mike Bordeaux and had a blast on Fortnite, which has turned into more of a regular evening thing and a good laugh and a good there might have been a slight shortage of videos this week and the weekend because, well, we gamed all weekend, guys, so we had a little bit of a break. Yeah, it has to be done from time to time. Ramsey says, slow, mate. I would imagine, Ramsey, if it's anything to do with materials, mate, it's well expensive, bud, and I can understand if it's going slow, if it comes to the point of buying them, because they ain't cheap. Materials has gone through the roof. It's disgusting. Absolutely. Well, price, everything is fuel, you name it, everything else. It's all gone crazy. Absolutely stupid. How are the fry going? There you go, Daz. It's a question for you.
Yeah, all good. I'm keep moving them on into bigger and bigger tanks. Having a few problems with Toby's at the moment. God damn it.
You need a Toby tank.
We should be equal size to try and eat each other.
Really?
Frustrating, yeah. There's once a Sankey swimming around the other day with an equal size Sankey sticking out its mouth. So, wow. How do you cope with that?
Well, I suppose if you've got one that's predating on everything, you either have to separate him out and put him on his own until something catches up over the top of him and then put him back in so he's the one that gets predated upon.
Yeah, they're all going to the fish tank.
Give him a bit of his own medicine. Yeah. Stick him in there with the what's the other ones? The axolotls. That'll teach him a lesson.
Oh yeah, it won't last long with them.
Definitely wouldn't.
Yeah, everything's growing well. Yeah.
Any colours coming through? Anything identifiable yet?
On the mixed spawn, not so much. I've got a few that have got like different colour patches on the sides and lighter ground colour.
We have a bit of. We have a bit of insider knowledge there, mate. Where, the black ones have red on.
Sorry, what's that? From Jeff?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So red on them.
Oh, well, that's good.
So he's got some popping up with black and red on them. So they've got to be sharp.
Yeah. So it must be an age thing. They reach a certain age, then the colours start to come through.
Start coming out, yeah.
Because a lot of them are a greeny colour to start with, and I was thinking, are these going to colour up? But yeah, that's good. That's good news.
But he has got some. He has got some others like the yellow, not yellow, like the creamy colours coming in as well.
Yeah.
So there is a good few that he said to us today that are coming up with some colours on them, and you can start seeing some form of patterning. So
yeah,
that just goes to show you though. They've been in a tank indoors and being fed. Same as actually Jeff's been feeding them frozen live food, so that's what he got them on as soon as they were big enough, and he's been banging that into them. And so
this is the thing. I mean, I've always used powdered food. I've never thought to use frozen like brine shrimp,
mysis or something like that.
Mysis shrimps and bloodworm. But yeah, that might be worth trying.
Definitely, it's got to be worth giving it a go, mate, to see if it's Well, it's working. Oh no, I lost my comment. Damn it. Oh, there it is. How the fry going? That was the last one we just had up there. We've got a bit off the toy subject, but I know you like Star Wars toys. I was told you that.
Yeah.
Wilkinson Stormtrooper disguised. They are that I realized for the 50th anniversary yesterday. The wife pre-ordered it ages ago. Keep that, mate, boxed up, pristine, and when your kids are your age, it'll be worth a fortune. Won't be no good to you, but
Yeah.
come down the line, it will be for sure.
Because so I guess you pre-ordered it before Lucas sold the rights to Star Wars to Disney as well.
Yeah,
which will make it more of a collector's item as well.
Yeah, it is definitely. But some of the earlier stuff, my cousin Tristan, he will be. I mean, he won't be watching obviously, but he will be absolutely gutted. He had every figure, all the lot. He had a X-wing fighter. He had the Millennium Falcon, all the lot, full, proper scaled. The original toys that they brought him out, and I don't know what he did with them, but if he got rid of them, he will be gutted.
Oh yeah,
the
jar was worth.
Yeah. Mike F says, Jack Coy, it's Crafty Coy who's building a pond. Sorry, not laughing at you, laughing with you. Funny when somebody gets wrong channel. I think somebody else. I've just got a small bag of NT Labs growth. Has anyone used it? No, never used any. I've used a lot of NT Labs products for treatments, and I've used their NT Labs
clay.
Worm pupae, is it?
Oh yeah, pupae. Silkworm.
Yeah. But and I've got to admit, fish have smashed them, mate. Whenever I put them in, they've loved them. And I've now gone on to freshwater shrimps, mealworms, and silkworm pupae, which I've bought all in separate tubs. But now I mix all three together and give them that twice, sometimes three times a week, depending on how warm or how much they're feeding. We've got Rye that says, "Hey ups, Gaz, how you doing, bud? Are you well, right?"
Hi, mate.
Right. Oh yeah, I've watched that many vids lately. I'm getting mixed up. I feel Nishikoi with no issues at all. My koi love it. I don't get much waste and definitely don't get any tinge, as we know. My water is always gin clear. There we go. Yeah. Every time I've seen it, mate, it's been gin clear. But I am sick and tired of looking at mine look like Oxo cup of soup or something like that, because it looks absolutely crude at the moment. But big water changes, get a few of them in, and then double check all my parameters and see how things are going. But not good. We've managed to get rid of all the froth by easing off a little bit with the feed, but yeah, let's not go there anymore. LOL Jack. Does it taste like gin though, Ramsey? Yeah, well, there's a guy here that we know likes to sample pond water. So he's your man to come and test it, see if it is gin, wherever, or of the title, gin. I've never used any tinge Mick, but I've used Nishikoi for the last year with good results.
Yeah, it is good for food. I mean, I used it. I mean, mine was an indoor tank. I used it.
See, I started off on that Nishikoi, and to be fair, when I first got my fry, my coil, about, like I said, about the size of my finger, when I fed them that for the first 6 to 7 months, and I couldn't get it anymore from the place where I got it. They stopped stocking it, so I went on to the carrier instead, and used the carry staple and colour enhancer and I nearly said max gainer, but that's what you'd have if you were a bodybuilder. High protein kind of stuff. So can't say I've drank it. There you go. Gaz Koi Pond, the comment box not really long enough for me to ask on the subject. Could I pop on live to ask? No, thanks, mate. You're all good. Other projects with a laughing face. I hate trying to type a subject for discussing. Well, break it down into bits. Did you get some fry or koi from Southampton, Gaz? Sorry, I didn't even click on that. He did get some fry.
No, not from Southampton. They're from New Forest Coy.
New Forest Coy.
Yeah. And what it was, he hadn't got any fry ready as such, but he got a large tank that was all the Tobies from all of the mixers in on the farm. So I bought 100 fry, but this probably nearer 150s, 200. You always get more than you pay for. And they are absolutely racing through because they're the Tobies. They're the most aggressive and hungriest fish in the pond. So they're going to grow fast. So yeah, I'm very pleased with them.
Brilliant. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see them because what were the types again that you got in it that will make up?
A lot of really, really bright orange, metallic, and
Deutsch,
yeah,
Andrea gone, isn't it?
yeah. There was
Lemon Arawakis,
Hanky, Harawaki, all different varieties. I think they were from all the different ponds, so it's a right good mixture.
How was the Sankey fry doing?
Oh yeah,
I had reasonably high losses with them. I was doing really well. I probably got, I don't know, a couple of 100,000. But unfortunately, while I was away, we had a really hot day. My mum did phone me up and say there's 1 or 2 dead ones on the top. So I thought, well, okay, I can cope with a few losses. But when I got back, there was 1 or 2 on the top, but there was thousands on the bottom. And I don't know whether she'd filled another tank up with a hose pipe, but she turned the trickle in, trickle out off. So I think that may have caused an issue with them. If I set the trickle in up because it was so hot. I mean, it was over 40. I think it was
going to be pushing over 30 degrees in there, wouldn't it? It'll have had to have been.
Inside, it was about 48 degrees.
Yeah, I'm going to say, in my conservatory, it was red hot that week you were away, mate. Absolutely boiling. My fish tank, when I were coming home, we were pushing over 34 degrees. I had to take lid off, water change, put some cool water in and bring it down because, yeah, silly me, never left windows open, but I never got no cool air in. But it was hot here, mate. So inside your polytunnel and being down south there, you probably got a lot more temperature than what we did.
I mean, what numbers?
These things always happen when you're away, don't they?
Yeah.
What numbers do you think you've got left?
I've got a good 5,000 left, and they're making good progress now. So more than what I need. So I'm not too worried. You
still got a lot to go through and grade through. And to be fair, thinking of it realistically,
yeah,
if you've got that many, you ain't got room for them, mate. So exactly. I mean, you miss out on a few sales of some fry to people to grow on, but I dare bet you can still sell some off, mate. I still have way too many.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's interesting to see what comes out of the existing fry. What about the pop-up outside? How are they doing?
They didn't do so well, actually. They seemed to slow right down, but the problem was they just stripped all of the Daphnia out of it within 2 days. So then I was artificially feeding them, and it's a big body of water, and it's hard to get enough food in for them to find. So I've ended up taking them out of there and moved them back in the tunnel with some similar sized fry, and they're doing really well inside.
I can't believe they nailed all that Daphnia in there, mate. That pond was rife with them.
It was even, wasn't it?
There were tons in there. The fact that they went through that in 2 days, that's pretty well. It just goes to show you how quick a koi eats and grows.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, there was literally Daphnia everywhere you looked. They were just like Daphnia too. Absolutely everywhere. And they ate that lot in 2 days.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I thought, there's a bit of diet or something. Where's all the Daphnia gone?
Look about when it was green, when it was pea green.
Yeah, that's
one day it was pea green, then 2 days later when we went down next, it was like gin, wasn't it? It's like crystal clear water.
And as soon as they ate all the Daphnia out of it, within 2 days it was green again.
So maybe it was a Daphnia bloom that ate all the algae, cleared out the green. They nailed all the algae. Back comes your green.
Yeah.
So they were gut loaded as well, then, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamie says, finally got to see my grass carp yesterday. Can't believe how shy they are. Never had one, mate.
Real jumpers as well.
grass carp, shy, hasn't. It's something I've never had.
Yeah.
Well,
Grass carp and Orf are devils for jumping out the pond.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Off top like crazy for flies, don't they? For midges, they go mad for that. My grass carp is bonkers, swims around like a nut with a koi all day. That koi guy, Hi-all, will get most of this on replay when driving tomorrow. Who is going the BKK on Saturday? I'm going to let other people answer that one too. I personally aren't going on Saturday.
No. I'm not able to make it this. I'm not be able to make it this weekend because I've got prior engagements with a friend up north that we're going to see. So
yeah, got a lot on this weekend. Got a busy weekend to do, and it's to come in a minute, so you'll see as to why. I've got to go. Spoilers. Don't want to spoil it. No. Pond life. We are thinking about getting it graded. Yeah. We've got 3 and they like to be the centre of attention.
Oh.
See, I've never had one. That koi guy, I'm at the BKK on Sunday, can't get there on Saturday. Keith and Paula, we are not going sadly, but we'll be busy doing a concrete base of the new pond. See, that's what I'm doing. End of the day, you'll be putting it online. So you'll be able to see it anyway. We'll all be able to catch up and watch it. One I will be 100% definitely going to will be the Newark show.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more closer to me, but 2, it's somewhere different, and one that I would, I'm looking forward to going and seeing myself, just to see what they do and see what's going to be different about it. To be honest, I have 3 small grass carp and only have been in for a couple of weeks, probably a bit bullying from the koi. Well, you never know, mate. Once they get comfortable, it's the same as everything. You put out new info, been in a few weeks, they tend to be a bit spooked. Mine are still shy since the little Erin's been round. So let's see what happens as it progresses. Gaz, Mick, and Daz, are you guys looking for anything special at the show this weekend? I'm looking for whatever you show me, Phil, because I won't be there.
Hey, mate, Phil.
If you
see your video.
Yeah, I will be tuning in to everybody else's on this one occasion. It's a long way to go for one day. Last time me and my son went, we stopped over, which were brilliant, were fantastic. We loved it. But I have prior arrangements on Sunday, which prevents me from being able to stop there. It's a long way to drive down 4.5, 5 hours there and 4.5, 5 hours back with 6 hours worth of walking around looking at fish. It's a long slog for me from Huddersfield. So that's the main reason. If I hadn't been having these plans this weekend, I would have been going down for the full weekend. But the plans that I've got on you'll see. Again, I'm not going to do any spoilers on you. We'll show. Okay, here goes. A friend does absolutely bare minimum filter cleans, feeds his fish with no scrapes, no water test, nothing, just runs pumps, easy pod, UV, and never had an issue in 20 years. So do we do too much? Gary, I personally believe a lot of people do too much. I think if it ain't broke and your fish look healthy and they're feeding healthy, you can ask about way too much and make yourself way more problems than what's necessary.
Yeah.
Personally, that's my belief.
Yeah,
if it ain't bust, don't fix it.
And don't keep moving fish on. Bringing more fish in, moving fish on. That's when you get problems. That's when you start bringing
in parasites and problems, yeah. But yeah.
20, 30 years ago, you want none of these fandangled chemicals out, and we still kept koi then, and we kept this, we kept that. We didn't have half the problems that we get now.
See, we did it all back then, mate, with basics. Water changes, salt.
Yeah.
It worked 25, 30 years ago. It still works today. So, yeah. I mean, I've said it, and we've all said it time and time again. Part of the husbandry of koi keeping is getting in there, getting your hands in, up to your elbows in fish poo and muck and water and mess and cleaning them all out and taking part and, doing your daily weight, your weekly checks. a bit of a water change, cleaning your filters. There are a lot of systems out there now that do it all for you. So, I mean, technically, I mean, you could be really boring, a real boring koi keeper, and just walk out every. In fact, you don't even need to walk out and feed them. You just need to refill up your hopper feeder now. You can just admire them from a camera or inside and go, "Oh, I keep koi," but that's not for me. It's not my. I'd rather be in there having a look at them. I mean, last year I was in the pond a couple of times and handling them and having a look at them.
Yeah.
Don't know if everybody does that kind of thing, but I do. I do from time to time because of that damn net. It needs altering at the backside, and yeah, if I have to alter that backside of the network of the netting, sorry, it's real difficult to do without almost falling in. And last thing I want to do is catch myself on camera falling in. So get in there up to the crown jewels in water and get that chill factor for a little bit every now and again. Should we just do bare minimum like my friend does? I wouldn't say bare minimum. No, I would say that's probably going too far. An established pond with good plants, vegetation, and a good filtration, you can do less than what somebody would do, which is in a clinical environment, because the pond naturally takes care of itself to a degree. But no, not a bare minimum, mate. I think you need to do regular checks and regular water changes and regular filter maintenance. And if you do that and everything keeps running fine and your fish look healthy, they're feeding well, the best, my way of looking at it, the best way that you know you've got a good environment and a good pond and a good setup and it's right, is when your fish start spawning. If your fish are happy to spawn in there, the environment's pretty cock on, because most fish don't tend to like to reproduce in poor water qualities.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be good for the next generation. And then you are and throwing so much into his ponds. And just do the bare minimum to his ponds. Yeah. Get your gist of it, Gaz. But yeah, I agree. I don't think we need to do number chasing. We've had a friend that's number chasing almost drove himself insane the last
2
weeks. And now when we've turned around and said, chill out, kick back, relax, don't do so much, enjoy your pond, water change, maintenance regular, see how it goes. Everything's gone good. When you're chasing little, points and degrees, it's stupid in my opinion. It's unnecessary. So we've got there smaller pond for fry, better find food easy, and water temps a lot warmer too. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I hate it when it does that. Scroll back up. I'm looking to do the bare minimum to my pond. Well, self-automated, but I thought you were closing yours down, guys. Anyway, I mean, that's going to be pretty bare minimum when you haven't got one. That would be the definite bare minimum if you're still shutting it down, mate, if you're not up to it. But if you go in with the drum type filter system, it will be bare minimum, mate, because you won't have to do as much. So it'll be a lot easier for you, a lot simpler, and a lot more less maintenance other than water changing and feeding them. It pretty much does it itself, doesn't it? So
yeah, and plenty of plants.
Yeah.
Hi, Graham.
Yeah. Graham Taylor, evening, guys. I have a question about KH buffers. When using this or bicarb, it's also raised the pH, but I think I read it raises pH up to 8.5. Can you confirm this or not? It definitely raises your pH, mate.
It goes to 8.5, yeah, it does, and it stops there.
And it stops at 8.5,
Yeah.
which is not too high, not too bad, but if you need to drop it back down, partial water change again, but then you'll end up lowering your KH again. But I think pH comes back down. Oh, no. What does oyster shell do? Again, forget them. Alkali, isn't it? So it brings it down.
Dissolves in the acid water, yeah.
Something like that. But there are other plants out there that you can use to bring up and down. Oh, there you go. We've got, hi everyone from up north. Koi Pond.
All right.
Up north. Sorry, just joking. Other projects, 8.4 Graham Taylor. There you go, mate. 8.4. Sandy Pollard says, evening. I bet I'm miles behind because looking at this, I can't even see any of this on here. So, you're well, Sandy. We've got other projects again. With a up north koi 8.4 max. Yes, Blake, I believe it is 8.4 max. It's the highest that it puts it up to, I believe. I went through a stage where I did nothing to my pond for 3 years with an easy pod. I did no feeding, clean filters once a month, if that, and the UV stopped working. Never had a bit of a problem. There you go. See, my dad went for years. I'd imagine it were probably a good 5, maybe 6 years. No filtration, just topped pond back up when it needed it. Just only up, to be fair, he only had goldfishing, but like maybe an handful of goldfish. They thrived, they existed. He never fed them, never did none of them. Just let them do what they did. Let the plants trim back the plants every now and again when they got a bit over growth on them, but that was it. That's all they did. And then he went all to filtration systems and everything. Wanted to turn it into his spawning grow on pond and everything, and yeah, he's where he is now. But he did a hell of a lot of years with nothing. I never worry about KH myself or the test for it. Just focus on the pH. I'm there on Saturdays, Hillsley. Only test if I have a problem. My motto. That's it, mate. Only test. I knew what you meant. Come on, Daz. Give it up. What are you doing with the weekend? Big plans. Are you talking to Daz or are you talking to Gaz? I've got plans. Well, we've all got plans. It's all the same plan. Come on then. Right. Let's see. Let's see if we can. I want to make sure I get this right because where's it gone? This could get my ass kicked, but hey ho. Let's bring that up. Spare me 1 second, guys, and I'm going to see if I can. What is going on?
How are the goldfish fry then, Daz?
Oh man, the first batch that they've got nice colours. I'm really chuffed with them.
I've got a tank here.
Yeah.
And I'm just when you say there's some fancy goldfish fry for sale, I'm there.
Yeah.
I want some. Like I say, I don't want to keep them. I just want to grow them in here for a couple of months, and I'll bring them back, and we'll breed from them again.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many. God. I mean, my mum phoned me up and said, it's always, I hate it when my mum phones me up when I'm on holiday because it normally means something's died. And she phoned me up and she said, oh, one of your fancy goldfish has died. I thought, damn it. And it was one of the calicos.
Yeah.
She said, oh, it's the big one. I thought, oh, that's my female gone. So I was gutted. And I got back and I looked and I thought, hey, I was put a bit of weight on. He's looking quite good now. And anyway, the other day, I thought the tank looks very cloudy, and it was full of milts. And the little Ranchu male, breeding with the calico, which was actually a female.
Wow!
And there's eggs everywhere in the tank. There's probably about 200 eggs plastered all over the floor of the tank. So I didn't lose a female; I lost the male.
Oh, so that's
yeah.
Is that wasn't one of the new ones, was it?
No, that's the one I got last year from a show. But it took, to be honest, the male always swam on his side. He
swam on the bottom, didn't it, all the time?
Yeah, but I think there was something wrong with him anyway. But yeah, this is the third spawning now from the goldfish, and I've got the first lot. Like I say, they're over an inch long now, and there's 26 of those, and then the second batch they're about a centimetre, and there must be about 400 of them chuffers.
Wow!
And there's this latest batch of eggs. They do tend to sort of spawn
every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
they do. Yeah.
Yeah, all going good.
Well, brilliant. Those two goldfish that you rehomed at Collins' Ass, they're doing amazing.
Oh, brilliant. That's great.
All the fish, all the fry that they've had off you, they're amazing. The pampered they are. They made a nice little ring for them. So feed them in the ring, and they all come up to the ring now and everything. They love it. They love it.
How's the little fancy tail fry doing, Daz? The ones that were in the outside shed in the middle vat.
They're over an inch long now.
Are they really?
They're perfect miniature goldfish. Yeah.
They don't. They tend to stay dark. Well, the golden gold, like a bronzy gold, don't they? To at least like 8, 9.
There are definitely calicos. You can see all the coloration on them already.
Really?
Brilliant.
Yeah, the rest are like that bronzy colour that they'll probably change to a different colour later on.
Right then, guys.
They're like a baked bean with fins.
Oh, looking forward to seeing them, mate.
They've already got the bulgy shaped body to them already. Then
that's it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Right, I have got one thing here. I've just noticed it. I have got an inspection tank we can bring down next time. Yeah. A little 6 by 8 inch inspection tank.
Oh,
you can keep it there.
Like the little spawning tanks for.
No, it's a proper little glass tank.
A similar sort of tank. Oh, it's a little, right, Steve, a little miniature tank. Sorry. Yeah. What you mean like one of those? The ones that you float in your pond, which have a little V on the inside, so that you can.
I'll just get it.
Well, while he just grabs his miniature. And I touched on this at the beginning, we, as in me, not these, me and my family, we have a new, or we will have a new member to the family, quite shortly. I'm hoping, well, I'm not hoping, I know it will do. I'm hoping that eventually at some point, as he gets bigger, it will become the GKP mascot. I'm probably going to get my butt kicked for doing this, but hopefully, if I share the right screen now, we should be able to get to see a little bit of some coming. So if I allow this one, and hopefully you guys can see that.
Oh, yeah.
Play on there. There's Mum. A whole little litter of the new arrival, which will be coming to the Hoyle family in the very near future. There's my one there, literally right there at the front, just literally walking out of shot now. But that is the new little GKP mascot. At the moment,
30 cm toe size.
30 cm. Now, this is the new little guy there, just wandering off, just literally just learnt to walk and getting off on the feet, and still a little bit wobbly, still a little bit uneven, but yeah, this is the new GKP mascot. Now, this is the reason why I won't be available and I won't be attending the show this weekend, as on Sunday, both me and my wife are going to go see this little guy and check him out, have a look at him. And in a few more weeks, he'll be coming on. So that's the new latest addition to not quite as manly as the last dogs, but
they're gorgeous.
If you look at him, he is a trained killer. He's the biggest fighter in the group. He likes to fight and battle with his buddies and his mates all day long. He's the he was the first one today in the first wet food meal that he had as a solid meal. He was the first one in the bowl, and by the time it finished, he'd nailed a massive great big patch of it before all the other pups started to have a look at it. So yeah, there you go. That's going to be the new addition. I'll bring that one back up and stop that from playing, because all you can hear is puppies crying.
Yeah, that's perfect, mate.
Yeah, so I'll bring it so we can mess about and have a look at them. Yeah.
So, for all those who are wondering, that is going to be our Sonny. He is the son of his mum, and he was born on a Sunday. So he's going to be called Sonny. And my daughter is also having, now this one, Rupert, I believe he's called. It's one of his litter mates as well. So you will not only just see Sonny, you will also see Rupert, as whenever he comes up, if they're out there kicking about in garden together, we'll be trying to catch as much of that fun and that enjoyment and the bundles of joy that there will be, the troublesome little monkeys that no doubt they're going to be as well, as much as we can. So they will become part of the channel. We'll get to see them both. And also the people that have bred the dogs will also get to see them grow up and be on YouTube for as long as they want to be, or as long as they want to watch them. So we'll bang on with a few more of the comments because I probably am a light year behind now. Graham Taylor says, I never worry about KH. I think I've already read that one. And Ilse said, I'm there Saturday. I only test if there's a problem. That's not the motto. I'm sure I've read all these ones already. I'm thinking about doing a large bog filter. What's your thoughts? Go for it, mate, 100%. If you look at Wrighties, if you look at Vince's, they've both got bog filters on their ponds. I do have plants in my pond, and I swear by it, mate, 100%. Keeps all.
Both my brother and my dad have got a bog filters. They swear by it.
Yeah.
And they use alpha bog as the substrate for the plants as well.
Yeah. So you're getting a little bit biological as well as stallion fish keeping gardening. I think people don't do much water changes these days. They rely on the filtration, the best filter in the world, and do frequent water changes. I totally agree, mate. 100%. If you ever have a problem with your tropical fish tank, and you go down saying, oh, my ammonium, nitrite, pHs are all way off, the miles off, the first thing they said to you is, whoa, 40% water change. Next 7 days, 10% water change. Reduce your feeding. In fact, knock off feeding, don't feed for a week. That's the first thing they always tell you to do. So, yeah, 100%, mate. Right behind you with that one. Filter change, clean your filters, water changes regular. Not obviously replacing all your water. Water changes 10% every week if you can. Jobs are good. Bog filters are good, Jamie. Totally agree. Keith and Paula, 100%. Personally, I think you can put too much effort in when you don't really need to. Totally agree. Oh, scroll straight past it. Ramsey says, you're more than welcome to come visit Mucker, any one of you are, but if you're all coming to taste report, just at the same, just one at a time, please. If it tastes like gin, mate, you might get more people coming to taste your water. Ramsey, there's no way I'm drinking any pond water, gin, clear or not. Yeah, I totally agree with you, mate. I think he was rather brave to do that. Technically it's
water.
It's clean and it's water. It shouldn't really do you any, but yeah. Does your proper quiet, buddy, or is it just me? Well, it sounds loud to me, but everybody else thinks yours is quiet.
No normal.
I didn't think I was quiet.
Volume-wise, I'm guessing you're meaning. If anybody else thinks he is, let me know, and if he is, I'll just tweak his volume. But I did turn him down a little bit because they were getting some funky feedback coming back off his microphone. But let's just tweak him up a little bit just in case. Let me know that is, mate. I've taken it back up a bit. Sadly, I can't go. I'm working from Peter's Puddle, up North Coy, from Graham. When are you talking about? When are you talking about chasing? Talking about chasing? Sorry. Makes more sense if you read the next bit behind it. When you're talking about chasing parameters, I said is more for that. I'd say that's more for koi keepers who are invested in thousands of pounds for show quality. True, mate, 100%. If I'd got fish out there that were worth millions, if I'd got hundreds of thousands of pounds of fish out there, I'd be paying someone to chase those figures for me. Well, I just enjoyed them. I wouldn't pay that kind of money for fishing because I'd shit myself. owning fish like that price and that. Every slight problem, every time you got something go wrong. But I totally agree, mate. I do agree there with that. That's probably a valid comment. People that chase those type of parameters may have a valid, good reason for doing so. And that one would be it. Your fish will let you know if there's a problem, in my opinion. I totally agree. That again, mate, 100%. If you know your fish, you know your pond, you know your stock, you know how they behave. Prime example, we were talking to a friend this week, I'm not going to mention names. He looked at his fish, we looked at his fish because we know his fish as well, and he were like, something not right, 100%. Did a couple of tests, found the problem, rectified it, sorted. But you know, when you go out and look, if something's not acting how it should, there's something not right, just by how they're behaving. My little Dautsu Chag, the one that's got a horrible black patch turned up on its side, that keeps hanging around underneath the water flow coming in the pond. Now, I don't know if it's because it's needing to, or whether it's because it's trying to get away from something else, or whether it's because that's where food comes back in. Because he is normally one of the quickest to get back on. But if it's what's flowing back in, if he's picking up bugs and, you know, anything that's coming back through philosophism, because I don't know about you guys, but my pond is rammed with little larvae bugs and midge fly and larvae.
Every time you open the filter box, it's like you get bombarded with them.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, that in itself is unusual. He's not done it before, but he has been there these last couple of days. I don't. He responds to food. He's not clamped. Nothing else. Just chilling out underneath waterfall. Maybe he likes the extra flow. I don't know. There is a lot more flow there than what there was before, and he does seem to have messed around it a lot more than what he ever has. I've had the KPI for 20 years plus, and only once had to test for parasites. There you go. I've only ever had them once myself, mate, but not for as long as that. In the 4 years I've had them, I've only had them once, and that's because I bought them.
Me too. That's always where they come from. You bring them in from other fish.
Yeah,
I think that was the B statement of the week. Every koi pond's got parasites in.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
flukes.
you can do another one?
Yeah, go on then.
Even Paula, Mick's called it. This is not me. This is Mick's calling, but because we can and we've got it ready and it's here. There we go. Mick called bullshit on that statement. Bullshit statement of the week.
No, we what's it called? We all have parasites in our ponds, and all it takes is for them a fish to get stressed. Then
a lot of them do carry parasites with internal as well that we wouldn't know about. But, there you go. But that was just a bit of a joke, mate. It's the new little joke thing. If anything says something that somebody doesn't agree with or doesn't believe, we're just going to use that one. Not saying it didn't, mate. But
no, just a bit of fun. That's all it is.
Just a bit of a joke. Be back soon. Take your mother home. Farewell, mother. See you soon. Catch you on the next one. That's enough pups to chase off herons off. Yeah, that's why he needs to. That's why I'm teaching him now while he's with his mum and dad, and while he's there with the others, to learn how to be a killer. So when that heron comes back, shit down his neck. Hopefully. Teresa Morgan says, so cute. Thank you very much, Teresa. Little heron chasers, they look champion, mate. Thank you very much. Keith just ran at us a nice hot scented. Keith just ran us a nice hot scented bubble bath. So I might be singing out for the night. Hope you all enjoy the weekend and catch up soon. Take care, Paula. Enjoy your bath. Right. Do know if you take one of those fancy, Keith might have to go out and buy one of these. There's a fancy little stand you can get that go in your bath with a nice little groove slot in it. You can stick your iPad or your mobile phone in and take us with us. Flip your camera around. No, sharing's caring. Hello, guys. Hope all's good. How's it going, Kyle? Yes, very quiet. Sean says, right, I'll back you back up a little bit. Apologies, guys, if it sounds like it's going to do a storm. If it does, then it's going to sound real loud in here because when it rains in my conservatory, it sounds like somebody's chucking bricks at the roof. So there we go. We knocked him back up a little bit more. A bit quieter than you two should. Well, if you start hearing that what noise again comes back in, let me know and I'll mess around with it. There's my daughter, the one and only true little princess in my life. Hi, Dad. Yeah, Dad, sounds a bit quiet. Thank you very much, love. Appreciate that. I think the big mistake people make is removing too much bacteria at once. For example, do a huge water change, clean filters and clean edges of the ponds, tanks the same day using a huge crash. That's it, mate. 100%. Everything in small amounts and regular intervals is all you need to be doing. If you're doing big water changes, that's when you end up getting yourself in trouble. Now I can hear it coming back through again. I hope you guys can, but let me know if you do. The thing you need, level and understanding, because the people who never had a problem ain't clued up when a problem strikes. You need to learn this as part of the hobby just in case. Yep, yeah. Very true statement. 100% Stallion. There you go. Somebody else agrees. Now we've got down to thanks at Koi Beginnings. So let me just tweak Daz down a tiny bit because I've gone too far. There we go. Oh, well, I think what it is, I can hear myself talk back through Daz's mic because he has his microphone coming through on his mobile that he's using. There we go. Stallion, you must have been reading Sandy's Facebook group as me, same Facebook groups as me. So many people report issues with no clues on how or what to treat. 10 replies, 10 different answers. Always the case, mate. It's better to stick with a professional than listen to a moron. I aren't claiming to be a professional.
No, none of us are.
I'm sure that's going to get some comments. Right, what was the next one? So we've done the type. Oh. Quick message there. See, you got your Sakai at Koi Beginnings. Just so you can see it on the screen. I might as well if they're having a chat. I'll just bring it up, let them have a look. We were saying about mixed. Now then, my brains are shite, man. I can't remember. No, what's it called? The Zen Garden. Mick's been doing.
Yeah, like a rock garden type cross, Zen garden type thing. I'm just playing with it at the moment. Just trying to get some inspiration from people. If anybody got any ideas or anything like that way I can introduce to the garden or can change in the garden, I'm open to any ideas.
You upset yourself in there, though, didn't you? You upset yourself in that garden there today, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Really messed about with the grit, and all you can see now is a very silly slate coming from underneath, so I need to go and buy another ton or two of the chippings again.
Not funny, but it was funny at the same time. I'm hoping that we can perhaps, you keep talking, guys, and I will see. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'll just, what's it called? 1 minute. I'll get Stephanie to send you the night video from the other day as well.
Oh, yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'll send it. She said I've got it, so I'll send it to you now.
I'm going to put that down like that for a second, get that one ready. And that's sat there, then hopefully, fingers crossed, guys, we'll be able to see and let you see and have a look at. Hey, sorry. Just an old face there, an old face. I'm not saying colossal, sorry. I am not saying you are an old man or you've got an old face. But there's a name I haven't spoken to. And I will catch up with you, buddy. Promise, mate. I need to. Don't think I was being rude when I left the messages that you were popping through. I was talking with some other friends, and all I kept getting was ping, 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 ping from your chat with everybody else talking. So, no, I weren't being funny, mate. I just dropped off, and I will catch up with you, bud. Colossal is a guy that I used to do a lot of. Well, I'm saying used to do.
Yeah.
A lot of online gaming with. Yeah. So I've need to get back into doing a bit of that. I need to get Mike invested in Star Citizen, as Mike Bordeaux has got me invested in his shoot 'em up games. I need to get him hooked into a very expensive hobby again, other than just koi keeping, because that's expensive. It's an expensive game.
You've got 2 pictures. Just send it. The video's just sending now.
Thank you very much. Right, go catch up with a couple of these. We got hello, Gaz, Daz, Mick, Phil, Si, Mike. How's it going, Si? Oh, Kyle, that'll be good, mate. Good to see you've got the pond filled up, bud.
Yeah.
This weekend, hopefully, you're getting the rest of those bricks up round it. Should be able to go up them next 4 tiers, mate, and be done. Let your toppings on, filter in. Jobs are good, mate.
We'll look at it when it's done.
And listen, just remember, it's not a race. It's nobody else's pond. It's yours. Do it at your own pace, mate. Be ready and it'll be done when it's finished. No pressure. Don't need to have it. Yeah, going to have a change up on the fish also. Now using it. Having a change up on the fish as well. Going to get some different ones in, bud. I've got my iPad in the bath. Would you like me to turn the camera around, guys? Yeah, I won't say what he called himself when he were in here talking with us earlier on. There might be more laughs than cryers, mate.
We don't need to see proof.
There we go. Hello, guys. Great to see you. Have everything rocking. Much love to you, family from the States, my dear friend. Thank you very much, Colossal. Appreciate it, bud. I hope you and your Mel are good, and I hope the rest of the guys are well. And I will catch up with you, mate, very soon.
Yeah, take care, buddy.
Graham, I think we can get too obsessed with checking water, netting fish, scraping fish when it's not always needed. I used to buy all treats, one treatment, early days, thinking it solved problems. Now when I have a problem, I look back to when things were okay and will have the possibility of introducing something or changing something. That's it, mate. That's the way to do it. Whenever you've got an issue or whenever you've got any problems, the best way normally is to actually go back on what you've done.
Yeah.
It's normally the case that you've changed something, altered something, and caused something in the progress or process. It's the best way to go. Break it down and go through it all. So we've got an LOL there from Colossal, and no, my friend, I know you. Much love to you. Thank you very much, bud. Appreciate it. On that note, Si, you want a Akamatsuba. Very good price. That's a nice fish. I like Akamatsuba.
Any picks, Koi Beginnings?
Ask Vince at Koi Beginnings. At Stallion, yep, agree. I check my parameters maybe once a month max. I do clean my Easy Pod twice a week in summer, but the temp is daily due to the crap it pulls out. There you go. Evening all, late to the party. Evening there. Good. Yeah, I hear you became a bit of the old rescuer the other day, mate, and had to go climbing the trees after your daughter who got herself some 30 foot up in the air by the look of it. That was pretty high, mate. To climb up there and then get your little one down as well. That'd have been funny to watch. I bet you were breaking it, weren't you? But Transtain, Mr. Macho, I bet your legs were shaking a bit when you were trying to guide her back down them stairs. Because I would have been probably. It's all right going up. It's coming back down when you're trying to watch somebody else. You're not watching when you're putting your own, so it makes you a bit more nervous. But yeah, we'll bring up the first one of the little video. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, LOL. I thought you might have done it. I looked pretty high. She didn't look all that bothered, but I remember probably about the same age as her. At the end of my mum and dad's road, there were a 40 foot sycamore, and I climbed up into top branches thinking I was brilliant, getting up there, and then one cracked underneath me, and I just froze. I didn't dare move. And I thought, exactly, yeah, the branches, there you go. And branches are like twigs. They are like twigs, mate. When you get to that height and one cracks underneath you, you dare. And I sat there and thought, my dad had to do the same thing, climb all the way up into the tree. And then when he got to me, you become brave, don't you? And you think, oh, I can do it. My dad's here. And you're like, I just climbed over up this tree and petrified of heights to come and get you. And now you're already walking down. So, surprisingly to you. We've got a whole lot from Skegget. Good man, Graham. You need to do you need to do more videos. Graham does videos.
Yeah.
Good man, Graham. You need to do more videos. Good man. Well done, Graham. You need to do more videos. Make sure you show us what's crack, what's going on. I shall have a good look and have a look into it. We're going to share the first one of the share screen. And now we've got the first one. Hopefully, fingers crossed, guys, you can see that. As you saw from the earlier videos that we did a couple of weeks ago, this is a little short one of what he's done so far, and then there's another one again after this. So just a bit of a change in his garden somewhat. That's the new tree he's got, and that's his new bench that he's had dropped off and delivered today. We also have some information on that little bench. It's got 2 koi on the left-hand side and 2 koi on the right-hand side, supporting the bench part on the top, which is well, I'll let Mick tell you how much that particular one was. And hopefully I should be able to bring up this next one. And click on this one. And why aren't you playing? When you want it to work and it doesn't. There we go. Pop that out into full. We'll put it back to the beginning so we can see it from the beginning. So obviously the new bits of the rocker is all these new plants and everything and bits and bats that he's put in. There's a good close-up of the new tree. Now this is a bit where I was saying to you, this is where he's got himself annoyed. Because all those little bits of slate that's underneath with all the smaller chippings that he'd gone over the top with, and as he's raked them through, he's pulled up the pieces of slate from the underside. But it's not that bad. It's easily rectified. You just got to pick up those bits and then sweep it and blend it back out again. But from what you saw a couple of weeks ago, you're doing it bit by bit, steady away, budget, and obviously, we're as much as what you can, and doing, on a budget sort of way as well. It's taking a little bit of time, but they're doing it and they want to get it and do it right and do it once. And I think, personally, mate, apart from the bit where you raked out the
straight it. 5 minutes before it looked perfect, didn't it?
It did. It 5 minutes before, and I could have kicked myself because I wanted him to get a video of it beforehand, and I should have done. I should have asked him, but
you've got. I've just sent you new videos of the night time before I touched it again, without the tree and the thing. The night videos make it look a lot better than it does.
We'll bring that one up again in a minute. We'll just go back through a couple more. Good man, Greg.
You should be proud of yourself, though, Mick. You've done a fantastic job.
Keep on doing it.
Yeah, 100%. I've been building mine for nearly 2 years now and still not finished it. It's true what someone said to me. When you're a truck driver, starts something, it takes you 5 years to finish it. Oh dear. That's because you're always on the road and away from home, mate. I started uploading to YouTube just to save ones I'd made, as I kept losing them due to the lack of storage. You can always buy more storage, mate. An external hard drive now, 3-4 terabytes, costs like 30 quid. But no, mate. You'll struggle to fill that with videos off your mobile phone or pond or camera. You'd have to put a heck of a lot of, I won't say what I was going to say. I've got a lot of storage, a lot of games, and a lot of stuff. A heck of a lot, and I haven't even touched on over at 1.5 terabytes. So they're cheap enough now, mate. You can buy them for next to nothing. Like how you tuned perform pond into a nice natural pond grain. Few more plants in the margins though. There you go. Need to bring up the next one. You two guys can. Sorry, you two guys. Angela's took twos up everybody. You two guys can fill in a little bit while I find the next little video, and we'll see if we can get that one and bring that one up to have a look at as well. The night one, because you've got to admit, mate, the night one. Which one did you send? There you go. Mick sent me on that one.
The night one does look a hell of a lot better in the daytime. I mean, I think it does. I mean,
yeah.
It's just like I say, it just. I've been looking forward to it when I can put big bushes in and fill it in more.
Have you been to any more of your fish meetings, Mick?
Yeah, I went to one last week or the week before it was. I got Gaz. We've got to go to Gaz because we've got to drop some albino bronze corridors up. Soon anyway, aren't we?
Nice.
Corridors. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The bronze, the albino ones.
Oh, they're the little tiddly ones that you got all the way.
Yeah, a bit bigger than that. They're like double the size.
Yeah.
It's not all about size, Gaz.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's how fast they swim. Let's. What's that? No, there you go. Hopefully, fingers crossed, guys. You can see that one now. You'll be able to see that it's not nighttime, but it's just dusk turning, lighting coming on. Prior to Mick sweeping all the gravel out with his hoeing, as he was using his garden hoe this afternoon, this evening.
Oh.
There you go. I'll let him do the commentary.
No, like I say, I went nuts with the hoe earlier on, didn't I? It did look nice before. Every day I go out there with a soft foot.
You're talking over yourself, Mick. This one's got your voice on it. This is the before the tree, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Before the tree, yeah, the night before.
Kind of grass and some rocks. I'd say hopefully the bank will creep and join up and make patterns and just like I say, filling the kind of over the path and jaws the garden will grow. Yeah, GKP bench win there. Like I say, every day we try to do a little bit of something different in the garden, try to keep yourself motivated. Really beautiful.
I got to admit, mate, compared to what you started with, it's come a heck of a long way. With a new bench in now.
It was like a mud pit, wasn't it? You seen it? Yeah. Two weeks ago, it was like a mud pit.
And again, with a few more years for it all to grow in, the plants to all take a good hold. Once they all start taking it.
Since I've added it was.
Sorry, that's just Daz.
I'm just choking on my tea.
Choking on his tea and exploding his nose across. Some proper air coming out of that pump, mate.
Yeah. I've since then I've took the spray bar off.
The big thing I did today, we shaped the tree. Yeah, we are going to buy some thicker why, like I said, was that 3 mil wasn't big enough.
Yeah, wasn't strong enough. What is that 3 mil wire?
Getting it in shape.
No.
Look at that, that's looks a lot better than it did.
Yeah, it does.
Nice shape to it. So, nice new fur there again. Well, that's it. Work in progress still. Just need to get things going in. Just maturing.
Now, the reason for him doing the majority of all this is because
if you can give me any more ideas, any more inspiration, what you can give my.
there you go. If anybody's got any more ideas, any more inspiration, any more tips, or anything else that you think might go well or be easy enough for him to be able to do, drop me a message, stick as a comment in, you just cross that off, and then let us know what he could possibly do. If there's anything that anybody's got any hints, tips, tricks, nice growing plants, some succulents that you might be able to use, put in there, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure he'd be.
Yeah. Let's say when it comes to plants or anything like that, I'm not a gardener. I've never done gardening. Never really kept plants or anything. It's all a learning curve for me. So like I say, just something like I'm interested to get into, just to make the garden look a bit better. And like I say, we did it because I've got a dog, an unruly dog, and he tramples on everything. Yeah, I had a lovely bowling green grass, but now it's like a mud pit.
Yeah, but I have fingers crossed that puppy that we're getting better not do that. Well, it won't be doing that to my lawn. I won't allow that to happen.
Yeah, your grass is like spectacular.
It's got a toilet area. It will use a toilet area, and it'll be going out for walks. If it uses my lawn, he'll be in the doghouse. That is for sure. Graham Taylor says we'll be removing the preformed pond later in the year to make it bigger and deeper. Sally and fish keeping, stroke gardening. Good luck, Graham. Pay someone to do it. Much hassle, less hassle, I guess you would mean. Like them Chinese lights, where'd you get them from? Yeah, you don't mind sharing. He'll share with you, mate, but you won't be able to get none. We all want some of them. We can't get none from nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You'll be surprised on when next time I see you.
I will be surprised next time he sees me, which means, hopefully, fingers crossed, he managed to get me some and I owe him some brass.
No. You don't.
Where did you get them from? Where did you? It was.
Believe it or not, B&M bargains.
Yeah, B&M bargains. I've searched online. They're not there. They're not in any of our shops in B&M in and around Huddersfield, Halifax.
I'll tell you. I managed to. Stephanie managed to get you 4 yesterday as a gift. Yeah, and then there was the last 4 in Nottingham.
There was the last 4.
The last 4.
So, if anybody's stuck for some Japanese, Chinese lanterns, these are the last 4. I could do a Del Boy with them and sell them on real quick. Make a quick few quid. I hope you can't hear that rain, guys. If you can't, I apologise. There's nothing I can. That sounds loud to me, so I'm guessing it's probably,
a bit.
Probably going to sound loud to you.
It was being
sounds like we're having a thunderstorm.
It was being sold off cheap. It was £8 original price. It was being sold off at £6 each. Online you can get them, but they're £15 each. Gaz, can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm muted. But I'm going to keep muting in between this while it stops a little bit. £15 each online, but yet.
Yeah.
What were they in store?
There was £8, but reduced to £6.
Can't knock that.
No, definitely not. Staff, come here.
All under control, also moving the filter house too. Still undecided about bottom drain or retro, as pond will still be in the ground. Well, I don't suppose it will help, mate, but I mean, I will say this. I'm well impressed with the bottom drain on my pond. I haven't had to vac the bottom of my pond since. And I have had, as you've all heard, a lot of shit on the bottom of my pond from all that food that I've been using. So they're pretty good. There we go. Look at this. Yes. I had some rock lights, and my rock lights have been knocked in the pond by my older dogs that I used to have that I lost this year. They've been knocked about all over the place. Sweet. Nice one, mate. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
You are, my mate.
And I will sort you out.
No, you won't. Steph said no. COVID. So, that's how many times we've all said that word. Nice pond, Mick. Yeah, it's not too bad. Want to go bigger.
We've got a nice pond, Mick, and then we've got a choke quietly, Daz.
Sorry.
All the best of it, Graham. I'm not doing no more upgrades. Want to enjoy my garden now. Yeah. Not allowed to touch garden only pond, then subject to approval of planning officer, aka the other half. I'm guessing that's got to be. Nice one, Mick. Can I be your next cancellation? Can I be on your next cancellation list?
What's that about?
I know. Can I be on your next cancellation list? Probably being nicked in Huddersfield, guys. Probably have, mate. Probably right. Is Jeff on your conservatory roof with his strangler? His 18 strangler. Bet it's someone else's idea and bought the lot and to sell them really. Yeah, probably have, because they are on eBay at double the price.
15 quid. 15 quid each, yeah.
I think they would look nice painted black and red.
No.
Look, to me, black and red.
Japanese do not do black or red at all. It's never in the. It's black or red. It's not in their culture, apart from the red circle. That's it. That's the only bit of red they have.
Yeah. Cancellation list for the lights if he sees any more.
Oh yeah.
I wonder about it.
I've got quite a few people after him anyway, so I'll just pick some up.
He's got a drive-through B&M. Apparently, the place is goddamn huge. That you can literally, you could drive through the store. It's that big. But yeah. Right then, guys. Any other topics? Anything else? Anybody else would like to bring up? We've been through Mick's bit of a garden upgrade and his changes and what has been done. Anything you want to share with us, Daz? Any confessions of a?
I can't think of anything.
Friday all doing good, which we touched base on. Well, I've got a question for you. When are we going to do? At what stage? At what age? The first grade out for 2022.
Well, I reckon probably another month and they'll be ready to be graded, because you can see the colours on them already. I mean, the biggest one is probably about an inch, the Sankey. And you can see it's got perfect Sankey pattern all over. So I reckon at that age that you're going to be able to grade them.
So now, forgive me all you fish lovers and do-gooders out there. Might get about how people actually grade fish, whether you use a net or you touch it with your hand or you put it in a bucket. And this is one thing that frustrated the shit out of me with the last time I was grading and I were holding fish. And I got slated for it, guys, which was absolutely effing ridiculous. The fact that Not one of you people that slated me has probably ever put a comment on any Japanese grading video where they literally just flick them into an empty dry bucket at the side of them to suffocate to death.
Yeah.
That's okay, but holding fish in your hands, no.
Yeah.
Go figure.
And may I add, Daz's Koi Farm is a non-killed site.
Up to press.
Up to press.
We have not.
Yes.
Well, I'm saying up to press. We have not knocked on the head, got rid of, terminated any fry at all. All the fry with all the deformities and all the problems have all been found homes. But eventually, at some point, it's going to come to a stage where that might become a lot more difficult.
Yes, we'll have exhausted all our avenues.
Yeah.
And a cull is a cull. At the end of the day, if it's not good enough to keep as brood stock, sale stock, or personal stock, then it needs to be moved on, or it needs to be dispatched. And with the amount of breeding, sorry.
In my thinking as well, it will be ethically better to cull them younger rather than leaving them later.
I'd have to agree, mate. Thin the numbers through, increases the food for the others, increases filtration, increases the size, increases the growth. It's only better for the remaining fish. Great in Japan, keepers are scampi.
Because you see those fish in the back of the fish tank at the back of the polygonal. They're doits.
Are they doits? I've not had a close look at them.
They look like doits to me on that vid you sent to me.
Yeah.
They look like doits.
In the bag that you were taking out?
No.
Which ones?
The fish that the long fish tank in the back of the polygonal.
Used to be the
axolotl tanks.
Yeah.
In there, because he put loads of Daphne in there before he went away. Yeah. He come back and did a little video, a little clip of the corner, and they were a Sankey fry.
Yeah.
Just there, and I'm telling you that, it looked perfectly doits to me.
Yeah, well, that's well over an inch long now.
Now, for all those that don't know, Mick Loan does kind of give Daz that arguing back. Loans given, loans given. A Sankey male. Stunning. Beautiful male. Beautiful. But it's a Deutsch and it's patterning on it. If you get some like that out of that, that'd be they're nice fish. That will be some cracking fry come from him. I'm hoping it will be anyway.
No, but those do. Wait till you have a look at them. If you have a look at them tomorrow, just have a look at it because you can see the peppering, the colours just started to form. Where if it was a traditional koi, you'd see the colouring on the scales, but it wasn't like that. It was more like little black pepper dots on it. That's why I'm saying it was Deutsch, the one I see.
Right.
But it looked lovely.
Yeah.
We've got at hobby levels like myself, grading is down to personal opinion. I think, but we all know good koi from not bad or not so good koi. That's best to do with the standard keepers growing fry. Yeah, I'd agree, mate. But Daz is trying to go that extra level. Going that little bit further. But it's a learning curve, mate. It's not us or Daz or any of us saying, "Oh, we know it all. This is going to be
right. You're wrong. It's
this is going to be the best fish." We are all picking what we consider to be fish that we like, what we would consider a good fish. Whether or not it turns into a good fish is another thing.
That's why we do all the gradings down the line, isn't it?
Yeah.
The very first grading, in 4 to 6 weeks, you'll do another grading, and then majority of those fish that we thought, look good at the first grading might not make the second grading.
Yeah. I mean, most of our gradings are done mainly on deformities and faults on the fish, not so much pattern.
That's to be fair, that's what we've done. The majority of the removal. He's back. the majority of what we did has purely been you disappeared there for a minute.
Oh, can you hear us, Daz? Can you hear us, Daz?
I can hear it. It's all right. I just had someone trying to call me.
Yeah, it's like it normally goes off.
It was like you, if you came back then without your memory, a bit of a blackout. You were abducted for 30 seconds then, guys.
Yeah, back to the mothership.
Strangler again.
Yeah, but last time it happened when somebody tried to ring,
yeah,
he couldn't talk, he couldn't hear him after, so he had to put down and re-enter.
Yes, it did. You're right. Up north Koi Pond, it is what it is. Millions and millions of fish get liquefied all the time. Now, I said this. This is what you should. Sun dry, you koi fry, grind them up. I thought we were going to get told off. Then my wife just looked at me like there was something wrong. And look at me like that. Come here and I'll smack.
His face was like a deer in headlights, wasn't it?
Ah! Good. Keep it that way. I'm live. Please do not swear. That was a wife. Yeah, you're right, mate. They do. I think what I said, what they should do with them. I mean, fish foods are full of fish meal. And surely fish meal is made from fish.
Yeah.
I mean, Toby's do it. Why can't the koi keeper do it? Liquidize the mates, dry it out.
Or dry it out before.
Well, yeah, dry them out, blend them, turn them into fish paste or whatever, and feed them back to their friends again.
Yeah.
Keep it so to speak.
Recycled.
Yeah. No.
I guess it probably would.
Yeah. That's what Japanese do. You hear them clonking in the buckets. I mean, these 6 cm fish on the 4th or 5th graded. If they don't like them, they just toss them into an empty bucket.
Well, I've seen it myself at koi farms. Links of fish that were, 16 to 18 inches being launched across towards a bucket and left in there all day long in 2 inch of water.
Yeah.
Kind of cruel, but when you do it on a major scale like that,
Moss.
It's eating out your profits, so you can see why. To an extent, don't make it right. Not saying it does, but right. Any other topics that anybody else would like to discuss? See, anybody out there in the all 34 of you that are watching right now, there's actually 13 of you that need to smash the like button. Appreciate it if you did. Helps my channel grow, helps push out my content to a wider audience. So if you can do us a favour, give us a thumbs up. If you're not enjoying it, then why hang around to sit there without giving us a thumbs up? It's pointless. See you in a bit.
I've got a topic. It seems a daft one though. Deutz, right? You know when you get parasites, yeah.
Oh, yes. I'm glad you remember this.
Right. Trick, for example, it's an anchor, and it has an anchor on, and it feeds film through filtered bacteria out the water column and bacteria off the fish slime coat. Do they prefer a scaled fish or a Deutz fish? I know it seems weird.
I would assume it'd be scaled fish they'd prefer because it's more texture to grip to, and more sort of like ridges for the detritus and muck to get trapped on the fish's body.
Yeah.
So see, that's what we said, didn't we? Perhaps with the scales, they prefer more because there's somewhere that they can get in, burrow in, feed on, eat whatever they need to do, and all the rest of it in that sense as well. Yeah. But does that mean that Deutz fish might be better to keep because they're likely to have parasites? I'm not saying it already is.
It's quite an interesting topic. Because
anybody out there know? Anybody got any ideas or any clues?
On the flip side of that, Deutz fish are supposed to be more delicate, aren't they? Because they haven't got the protective layer of scales. So I know when you're PPing and things like that, the Deutz fish, you're not supposed to put them in so long.
No.
Right. So
it sort of swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
Yeah. Like I say, it's one of them topics that I think I've talked to one of my friends the other night about Deutz versus Deutz versus scaled fish.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure.
Which are they? I mean,
I've never noticed parasites like trick on Deutz fish, but I did have a Deutz fish once that had costia, and it had it bad. All the other fish in there were scaled, and the costia, there wasn't a single costia on the other fish, but the Deutz fish was covered. So maybe that had got a lower immunity with its skin. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So they do benefit. So they do prefer either one or the other.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not saying that. You're boring me, Mick. It's late nights this week, or these last week, and been doing a lot of silly nights, late nights gaming. Well, we're going to have to Google it. We're going to have to do some research on it, because I know there are other things that people have touched on with Deutz and scaled fish. The difference, Deutzu, whichever, whatever. And they were saying about Ginrin as well.
Yeah.
Slower processes of growth and so as well.
Yeah.
And I know people have touched on that type of comment before in past. But that would be, if anybody has any idea or knows or can refer us to, or something along those lines, with anything like that, that's got any opinion on it. But we were mulling this over the other day. Now, none of us know one way or the other, because we haven't found any info in it. We tried to do.
Tried to, but like I say, nothing.
Prefer Dautsu or scale fish. I mean, I guess gill flukes, regardless, it's just gills in it.
Yeah.
But big Costia and others that they might be more favoured.
Yeah.
If you could, it would make sense to attack a Deutz fish more, because you ain't got scales to get behind.
Yeah. Especially skin flukes.
Yeah, skin flukes especially.
Like I say, that's an orphan. On the same similar kind of subject, what do you think? The koi breeds. Koi breeds in growth. Koi breeds in growth, like Kashiki, are probably one of the slowest growing breeds, and you'll never ever get a 1 meter Gashiki. I think the maximum growth of a Gashiki, what I was reading up on, is between 60 and 70 cm, and that is it.
Is that a Goshiki or a Goshki?
They're both. It's called Goshiki.
Goshiki.
Yeah. That's how it's spelled, so that's how it should sound.
Yeah. No, I did pronunciations the other night. It was taking the mick out of me. There was gaming, and I was going, "Oh, that's interesting. That Kohaku," and I was going to go Goshika, and he went, "No, don't you mean Goshka?" He just did the mick out of it ever since.
Well, I think with the growth of the fish, I think it's down to the complicated patterns. The more layers that are laid on, then that tends to make them grow slower.
Yeah.
Like Sankey and Showa, they don't particularly grow as fast as plain colour varieties.
No.
None of the pattern varieties do.
No.
It's very much like plants. You get a variegated tree, it grows half the speed of a plain green tree.
Yeah.
Well, I would say it's obviously with the Ginrins, because the Ginrins definitely grow slower.
Yes.
Standard traits, but they've got more keratin, different keratin to produce.
These crystals in the scales, isn't it, that gives a reflective part. So if they've got more sort of crystalline structure in the scales, maybe that makes it sort of slower for the scale to grow.
Yeah.
And that controls the fish's growth, because as the scale grows, it allows the skin to stretch.
So,
and the fish
so we need to do. So if we can, we need to get 2 chags.
Yeah.
A Deutsch chag of the same size from your place, if we can.
Yeah.
And a scale chag.
Yeah.
They go in the same pond. They get the same food, and see which one grows best. Because in theory, the Deutsch chag should grow faster, because it hasn't put any growth into the keratin of the scales.
Yeah. You think so?
But I think it'll be the other way around, though.
It is the other way around. I've got tags in the flying saucer at the moment that are a good 6 inches long, and every single one are plain single colour. I've also got Ginrin chags in there and they're all half the size or smaller. I've not got a single Ginrin chag that's the same size as the plain green and brown chags.
Yeah.
That's not definitive. That's not scientific. That's just my observation. What I've seen.
Graham Taylor says, I was told by one of the vets that produce fluke solve parasites often hide under the scales of a fish. Question pond has topped over twice, now clean filters, etc. Does pond volume cause this to happen? As done after heavy rain? I'm with you, mate. Right, basically, your pond's overflowed twice, and you've done filter cleans and everything. So what you want to do is raise your pond level and see if your filter level raises. If it does, there's your answer. But quite possibly, to go back a little bit to what you were just saying, Mick, they'd be from different parents, though, wouldn't they, Mick? Question. Now, would they?
No.
No, from the same spawn.
Yeah, from the same spawn. I got a Ginrin Soragoi and a plain chag, and it produced both. So that same female Soragoi produced plain chags and Ginrin. So yeah, exactly the same parentage.
So there you go. That answers that one. But it's a lot of pond building and digging and all the rest of it for two fish just to be in there on their own. Just
It isn't.
I'd throw him in mine and grow, and see how they grow over a full season.
Yeah, well, to be fair, Mick, I mean, having the biggest pond out of us all, you can put a lot in there and grow a heck of a lot.
I've got nothing to
It's because they're all in my pond. That's why.
Yeah, they are. You keep giving away. They'd have to do. They'd have to have the exact same thing, same of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that one is reply or put an overflow pipe in. There you go, mate. That could be another way that you could get to the bottom of your problem. But I've thought, actually, now you say that, Peter, I noticed when I went in my shed today and have a look inside my barrel, the barrel level seemed to be low. And what did I say to you, Mick, when I went into shed? What the hell? Apparition come out of my pond this week.
Yeah.
My filter were low, and my pond had dropped 2 inch. The barrel looked like it had dropped about 2 inch. So quite possibly, mate, could be pond level.
Yeah.
Could have something to do with it. I'll tell you. I'll let you know. I won't put it up. It's bouncing it down out there, but I will top it back up tomorrow. And if it brings my level back up, could be what's doing yours too.
What kind of filtration if he's running? Because if he's running at easy pod, surely they have to be running at the same level.
No easy pod.
On
It's his own self-build filter system that is made. One barrel into another barrel, or chamber with jack matting as it goes down and through it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pete. I think that's what it is, isn't it? Corbin share there was looking to maybe do this. Only does it often a certain level is reached in the first filter. Because he posted on my Facebook group because he were having this problem, and I, as you do, you just think stick an answer in instead of reading all the rest of the comments. And the rest of the comments had already asked if he'd cleaned his filter out and blah 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 blah. And it was been having a bit of trouble with it overflowing. But it's run fine for a month or so before. I've never had an issue. And all of a sudden, it's changed. It's 2 mechanical moving bed, two mechanical, 1 moving bed. There you go. But for some reason, it's just started.
Speaking about moving beds, you've got a question to ask about the air. Do you remember? Too much air?
Oh, about now then, can you turn over your moving bed too much? Can the moving bed be simmering, boiling, bubbling, exploding, cascading? How much does it need to be doing before it's doing more good now? Because I guess the moving bed is to create good bacteria. Filtration, nitrifying bacteria. It's not really doing media filtration, as in pulling it out of there. That for me would be done in my first chamber, second chamber, and then again in the third one, moving bed is basically what I'm hoping to grow. But how much does it need to be boiling over, turning over, simmering, which, what, where? What's people's opinion on that? What do you think? How much do you have yours set at? Is it just a rolling bubble, boil? You know, I've seen a couple of videos where it quite seriously looks, if you try to keep your eye on one piece, it's, you know, it's all over the place. That's a fair bit of movement in my eyes, but I don't know just how much. The reason I'm asking it is it's belting it down now as we speak. Yeah, tis it. Well, it is for you too, mate, because you're in Huddersfield. So yes, mate, yours will probably be doing what mine is, topping your pond back up again, and your water level might go up a bit. So yeah. Let me know what you think, guys. What would you do, or what do you do? How much air do you have running through on yours? When you leave, before you log off, leave a comment. Let me know. I would appreciate it, because obviously I've started the new filter system. I can have it turning over quite vigorously. I can have it as a gentle simmer. I can have it as a rolling boil. Which is the best? I don't know.
I don't know, son.
Moving bed. There we go. We've got an answer from Skeggy there. Moving bed. I don't think you can must run it too slow. The bacteria form on the protected inside. If the media evolution aquas have a very good video on it. Thank you, Skeggy. I'll have a look at that. So my understanding is of it is it's boiled up and it's moving around so it can bump and crash into it. So the dead media falls off. The dead bacteria falls off, leaving more room for good bacteria to colonize the media and keep the cycle going. That's the reason why it bumps into each other and spins itself up, or cleans itself up, all dies off, new grows continue. But how much does it need to be whizzing around like this, or is it?
I think it does to rotate the K1, so
yes,
that it's always
from the bottom.
Equal oxygenation to all of it, because the oxygen makes the bacteria live. Without that, it dies off.
Yeah, I'm pumping 30 litres into the bed at the moment, but it's not mature yet. I think I need more air pressure, 60 litres. Well, I'm putting mine through. I'd probably say it's probably about 50-ish, 45 to 50-ish, because I'm just tweaking it down on a little control valve instead of slowing it down. I can have it running full, and it's not a problem, but I didn't know if I should be doing. Established moving beds probably wouldn't have too many issues with loads of air. Fresh media probably would, as the biofilm would be very thin, if any, formed at all. Yeah. Right, so okay. Once it becomes more matured, the more you can turn it over faster, because
I would go with that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Let's let one of our friends know that then. That we could have to, because he was asking about it, wasn't we?
Yeah.
We didn't know what to say to him.
Well, I didn't, and I didn't know what for my own either. So it's well worth asking. More brains together is way better than just one. Peter's using K3 and is.
From what I've seen, it's like a rolling boil, like you're boiling an egg. That sort of volume.
But an egg is quite heavy.
Yeah, you wouldn't have that in your filter box.
Plastic media, that's what I mean. If you had it at that boiling simmer for a boiled egg in a pan, that would be sending media around all over the place quite quickly.
Well, how fast do you boil your eggs?
As quick as I can, 2.5 minutes. That's the idea of it. As fast as I can. The main problem is people having too much media. Yeah, I realised that myself, Skeggy. When Daz gave me some, I banged it all in there, all being obviously fully cleaned and PP'd and everything else beforehand and all that issues and that. I banged it all in, and I thought, should I put this last bit in? So I kept adding a little bit and seeing how it went on. And I eventually thought, right, I'll take all that. So I put it all in. And then after a couple of days, I thought, hang about, that's almost come to a complete standstill. So I took an handful out, put it back in bag. Took another handful out, back in bag, until eventually I kept watching it, seeing what it did. And eventually, after I took about maybe, just little handfuls like that, take one out, drop it in a bag. I've probably taken out 60 pieces at a time, if that. And it started to turn over, and it's been turning really well since then. So I've just left it at that and figured that's just about enough, I think, in there in 100 litres for it to comfortably keep turning over without any issues. So I had no idea exactly how much it is. It was, you can't see, 2 bags about big, sort of diameter, full, and I put in about 1.5 of them. So
yeah,
I think
it's finding the sweet spot,
probably
isn't
about
it?
40 litres, wasn't it?
yeah, probably, yeah. As I said, it weren't as much as a 50-litre bag that you'd see, but it also has some bigger stuff and some smaller stuff. The K3, was it the bigger stuff does?
I think it was, yeah. But I mean, it's gonna hold for everyone's filter, isn't it? It's just finding that sweet spot where it's just right, the amount. It's trial and error, I suppose.
Yeah, I seem to have it down to a T now. It's running nice, and every week taking out my jack matting, all that crap off that, back in, jobs are good and working, ponds clear, muck's going, all that cop and fish poo is definitely disappearing, which is a good thing because I'm not having to vac it off anymore, which is brilliant. But yeah, it all seems to be doing good so far. I just need to pick up, and this will also be taking part on the Sunday visit, some more media, and then that will be going in the last barrel, last chamber. And then I'll be doing a video on all the media in my pond, in my filter, and how it's doing and how it's performing, a clean down cycle and showing everybody what's what. It will hopefully be becoming midweek next week so people can see the final finished Gaz's 2-bucket filter system or Gaz's 3-barrel filter system, whichever you want to call it, for all those that want to be a dickhead. Pretty well. It's working fine. It runs at 9,000 litres. For all those that said it wouldn't, I think he's doing a good job. If all those else out there is interested and would like to know how much, I have kept all. I have had a fair few bits given, and I won't deny that. But that's what a koi community does. We help each other out wherever we can, and we give each other the help when they need it, and that's what we should be doing. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be brand new. All right, yeah, I've got 1 or 2 filter barrels. That one's a slightly different shade to the other one from Daz, and the next one is a slightly different shade to the one from Mick, and it's a slightly different shade to the brand new one that I bought, which is also a different shade to the one I bought 12 months outside in the garden as well. So I have 4 of them. They're all a different colour, but does it matter? Not to me. Fish don't care. End of the day, it keeps water clean. They're happy. Jobs are good one. But I can do a video and a breakdown of what it is and what it costs and what it took to make. You've seen what it took to make. Couple of cock-ups, couple of people right about not doing this, not doing other, but every day's a school day. As
Science.
As my friend would say, every day's a school day. Don't knock it until you've tried it. What's the channel, guys?
Oh God.
Koi pop lifestyle. I won't let you down, mate. These two. But it's right. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you try something else and you keep going until you get there. But I had to spend thousands of pounds making one.
I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed doing it.
I did. I really, truly did it. I really have enjoyed it. And I also enjoyed the over 7,500, 8,500 views that I got from it too. So that was really pleasurable to know that other people enjoyed watching it as well. So that's what it's about. That's what the channel's about.
And that's it.
Hopefully somebody out there has gone out, made one, and it works, and they've made an improvement on it. And if they have, and they've got something slightly better, brilliant. Hit me up, send me your details, send me a picture, show me what you've done. Let's see if we can help each other out make something slightly better than what.
What was that? You got a question. You got quite a few questions from a couple of people in faraway lands, didn't you?
I did, yeah, I did. I got quite a few people that wanted me to do a breakdown of everything that I needed and required for it, which I pretty much did and sent them in.
Indonesia once and Australia.
And then somebody else, I think, was it Australia or was it over in the States, asked if I could do him a breakdown of the cost, which I haven't forgot about, and I will do, I promised. I've kept all the receipts. And then there are going to be some that'll be guesstimated because Well, no, I'm saying estimated. I know the price of 3 barrels. I know the price of pipe work. I know the price of fittings. I know the price of the media. If you had to go out there and buy it as new, it's relatively easy to find out the prices on them ones. So it should be able to be a full broke down cost of it. But it works. So why not?
Yeah.
It's cheap enough. It's doing its job. And if I can help somebody else out, and it has helped somebody else out, it's all been worthwhile in my eyes as far as I'm concerned. It's helped me out. So really, other than that, might sound a bit selfish, but I don't care if it don't work for anybody else. Mine works and it's doing its job. If anybody else, if you followed along, hit me up and I'll let you know what I've done or what I've changed. I haven't changed anything other than what's in there as it is, but there are some changes that you haven't seen yet. So they will be coming soon. That's only the media that I've put in. The main problem there you go, as Skeggy says, is too much media and they don't get a good biofilm. I would agree. I would have thought too fast and doesn't allow bacteria to populate the media. Not sure how fast is too fast though. That's me, mate. I'm saying I don't either. I'm not sure which is. I go out there and think, ooh, it's too fast. Should I slow it down a little bit? So I slow it down for a day. Don't look no different. So I turn it back up a little bit. I don't know. Pond's clean, water's clean, fish look happy. Something's working. One way over. Tend to find out. I'm running 140-ish litres into mine with 300 litres of media. Yeah, there you go. Bed is a 120-litre tub with 50 litres of K3 at the moment. Right. You only really need as much as you are feeding. 50 litres of K1 is supposed to be able to cope with 250 grams of average protein food. See, now there's a guy that's gone into it in a totally different aspect to what I was thinking. I never even thought about what it was capable of. I just thought about it being mature and it getting bacteria growing on it. Of course, it needs to be. It needs to be able to grow enough bacteria to be able to deal with what you're putting through it. Yeah, never even thought of that. Well, obviously, I mean, at this point, right here in this conversation, I was just thinking about how fast we need to get it turning over so the media matures. So, yeah. The amount of media directly relates to the amount of feeding, not the volume of container. Well, I thought it, that's not right. There we go. We can bring another one out there.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, but we get to use it twice in one night. I'm calling bullshit on that statement because that's not right, is it? If I were feeding 15 kg of koi pond food into my pond, whether my fish could eat it or not, feed and fill my barrel to the brim with media, it ain't going to filter it out, is it? So, just being a bit of a joke there, with Skeggs, but just a little joke. I love that new one. Bullshit statement of the week. The amount of media directly relates to the amount of feeding, not the volume of the container. I thought you were supposed to put in 30% of the volume of the container in media. That's what I've looked up and that's what I'd heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
The information I'd found. But,
yeah, me too.
Have you not heard that, Skeggy? Exactly, you off Koi Pond. That always gets me that one. I found that out the hard way, didn't I, Skeg? Yeah. Yeah, right. So, you did, mate. How's yours going now? Yeah, I don't need to be reading this one. This is a conversation between the same. Good watching it. It made a difference, but I think it works on the same principle. Sweet, apart from the nitrate bacteria, still slowly populating, so nitrate is still hovering around 0.25 to 0.20. Water change. Si, when you're talking about feeding relating to amount of media needed, does maturity of the media make any difference?
Yeah.
Jeff says, yes, Mike. Getting then, Si, certainly going in the right direction. I just need to pop out. I just need to pop up out to the pop-up greenhouse, though. I was growing loads of tomatoes and I scanned the plants with the app. It said coriander. You're growing loads of tomatoes. You scanned the plants with the app, and it showed up as coriander. Yes, Mike. Obviously, KB. Well, the majority of the media will make a difference, but the amount of bacteria is governed by the amount of the waste. Well, you do need to read it because it does directly relate to the point of the food to the media ratio.
Oh, well, that's good learning.
That's it. Just like that bullshit of a statement, and I think why not? Let's Skeggy have it. I'm going to also do bullshit statement of the week. Award goes to as well. I'm going to have that one as well for a minute. Somebody else can get that one too. Good to the plants are 6 foot high. Water changes cause more problems, guys. Don't do it anymore. Just top ups the water up as the drums uses it.
Yeah.
So water changes inside. If you top up what the drum uses, that's a water change. Because the waste goes out and new water comes in, that's a change.
Yeah, trickle in, trickle out. So yeah.
Same as well. Same as a trickle in, trickle out. Constant change. But again, yeah, like you say, it can cause more problems because then you end up with your KH rising, pH dropping, all the rest of it and all that.
Yeah. I know why my pH was so high in the pond. Because
you've been washing your feet in it again.
No, the clay. That clay.
Well, I'm not surprised. Maybe you should try doing what it says on the packet and just put in the amount specified and not go.
Yeah, but your tap water's 8.5.
No, that was 9. The tap water was 9.
Tap water was 9, yeah.
But it's gone down. Like I say, the one in the pond now, it's hovering around 7.5 to 8 now.
Oh, that's
and it
good.
stays sort of there, yeah. So I still won't drink my tap water though.
No.
No, I wouldn't drink your tap water, not when it turns as blue as that. No, I wouldn't. Good evening, Edelsborough, Coy, Pond, Steve, Chillids. How you doing, mate? Good evening all to everybody. He says, Si had too much media, so I had this discussion with him. He has taken some out and all his levels have dropped. Go figure. Guess it really is bullshit. Hey, Skegger, there's nobody that had more media or way too much media in any filter system than you, mate. Because at the end of the day, how you managed to turn all that media over that you had in there, I think, what did you take out? Something like 45 tubs worth. Less is more, or more is less. Whichever it is. But yeah, you did. Oh, and sorry about the fish, mate. Always, always a bit of a kicking teeth and a kicking guts, mate, to lose something that meant a lot to you, especially when it's related to a loved one. Sorry for the.
Keep your chin up, but tell your wife to keep your chin up as well.
Yeah, and all the rest of it, mate. Rise above it, walk away from it, and ignore it. That's all I can say. Click, ban, move on. Evening, Steve from Skegger. And I know, mate, I was just being me. I've just been a dick. I mean, don't do a 10 to 20% change in one go. I know. I knew what you meant, mate. I just like being pedantic. Once had a problem with my tank, tested tap water, it's high ammonia, contacted water board, and it was a missus who told me test the tap water as well. Yeah. We were talking about this the other day. Apparently, they're supposed to let you know when they're doing certain things with the water and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
A lot of times they don't.
And if anybody's in the Severn Trent area, they will be doing a water pipe clean out, or have done a water pipe clean out in the last week or two.
Skegger, don't take life so fucking serious, mate. Chill out for once. It's a fucking joke. Relax, mate. You don't need to argue with everybody on the internet. Certainly not me, because I don't want to listen to it either. All right? Calm yourself. It's just a joke, mate. I'm not saying EA or everybody else is wrong. It was a joke. Relax your old jeans. Yeah, I have over 100 fish in my pond and feed nearly 1 kg a day. There you go. 100 fish in a pond is a hell of a lot of fish. I've done it. I've done with that subject. Evening all, Coppy's Koi, chatting bubbles. Good evening, mate. I hope you're well. I hope you get where I'm coming from, Skegger. It's just messy, mate. It's just a laugh. Just life, mate. Let it rise up and flow over, mate.
Or GKP's national anthem. Come.
You sit outside, stand by your pond and sing Kumbaya, my lord.
Yeah.
You're back in either piss wet through because it's raining or feeling a lot better.
Yeah.
Or neither.
Yeah.
Well, from the topic of media to the topic of who knows? When you say it's a BS statement, then people listen to that. People listen to all sorts of things, mate. It says personal on the side of a bus, but you can't do your chuffing washing on there. Not everybody believes everything that comes out of somebody's mouth, or not everybody believes everything that they read on every surface. It's quite clearly a joke, mate. When it's stayed, I'm just joking with this one before I say it. It's clearly a joke. Zero ammonia in my water, zero chloramines, and yes, ST have just increased our chlorine levels from 0.15 to 0.28. So there you go.
Yeah. So you're in the Severn Trent area then? Yeah, Chesterfield, yeah. But
yeah.
Have you had a memo about doing the pipe clean out? Does and is it side from up North Coy?
No, I don't get any memos from them about anything. But
yeah, because they said about it at the last tropical meeting about doing water changes in the next week or two. About they are going to be doing a good clear out of the pipes, and you're going to be doing no water changes during that period, apparently.
Right. Well, I filled a small tank up yesterday, and I could smell the chlorine in it when I turned the tap on, and I've not had that for a long, long time.
Yeah.
I've never ever noticed that, and I've never ever in any house that I've lived in. Well, maybe my mum and dad have. I don't know, but I mean, I've never had anything come through to me to say that we've had, or they're going to be doing anything like that with our water around here.
Yeah.
I mean, I know when they've done some roadworks and you've seen there's been a burst pipe, and then when you switch tap on, a lot of mucky, crappy water comes through, but it runs off and runs clear again. But that's when they've. But I've never noticed anything.
Yeah, but apparently by law they have to state on their website or somewhere that they are going to be cleaning the pipes at this certain time, certain day.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the Guy Beginnings comment there. Skegger says that's a chunk of chlorine. Up north, Coy says no, mate. He's not had anything come through.
No.
Copies Coy chatting bubble says, "What day are you lads at the show?" Well, unfortunately, sir, we're not going to be. Busy plans, things to go see, new pups to go look at. If you'll see it if you watch it back. If you don't, there is going to be a new little bundle of joy coming into my house. So we're going to go visit and see the pup before we pick him up in another 4 weeks. Do people still add prime in if they have dechlorinating chamber? I like the product because it's also good keeping ammonia levels down.
I think it was Sai. Sai is the best person to talk about this. I'm sure it was Sai and Skegger. They said prime is a good thing, but it also can be a bad thing. I'm sure we talked about prime probably about 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah, we did have a bit of a touch on that, didn't we?
Yeah, and I
didn't know what it was. I've never heard of it before, but
yeah, yeah, I've heard it. I've used it, but apparently it can do two things because it's a water treatment. I believe that detoxifies, but then it also detoxifies ammonia and the other
what nitrate?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, nitrate, ammonia, and then the other ammonia as well. I'm sure Sai and Skeggy touched on it in quite good detail on that.
I know somebody did talk about something about it.
Yeah. I'm sure it was.
Daz, your boreholes, don't you worry about pesticide runoffs?
No.
There's no fields or ploughs or areas around him for pesticides to run off into it, I would have thought. There's
garden above me, and to be honest, the boring old gits that live there, I don't think they'd ever touch the garden. So the chances of any pesticides finding their way in are extremely slim. And if there was, I mean, I'm sure I would have had die-offs and such with the fish, and I've never noticed anything.
Sai says nothing. Our lass even said she could taste the increased chlorine. There you go.
Yeah, you can.
Said, this is what made me giggle. We all need a good clear out of his pipes. You can bill the water board if they don't inform you of specifically if you lose fish down to their maintenance without notice. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mike, laughing crying face. Speak for yourself, Mike. Wasn't me. Nitrate probably, and chloramines. Cheese is good for the pipes.
Fuck off.
He's a good for a good clear out, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Chloramine. I don't want cheese in your. You don't want cheese in your pipes, Mike. No, definitely don't. MK, LOL, Jeff.
Who was it then? Who was it who spoke about prawn?
I don't know. Somebody asked us about it.
It was somebody who comes on a lot and quite knowledgeable.
But if you want to know a little bit about it, page your pipes regularly. Mick likes to page his pipes regularly with a bit of the old cheese because his body, he loves the stuff, but his body doesn't. Gives him a quick paging. There we go. Oh, we got Jeff Lee's there. Jeff, have you got your internet back on in that wagon yet? You kept cutting off. Sorry. Could hear you perfectly. I don't know why you couldn't hear us. If you sat roadside and you want to jump in, mate, click on that link again. It'll still work. You're more than welcome. Come join us, bud. Anything else anybody else wants to talk about? Or are we going to bring this week's live to an end? Anything anybody wants to talk about out there? Going once, going twice, 3 times? Mick, Daz, Mick.
Would the viewers be interested in seeing tours of some high-end Japanese gardens?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Not the
there are a couple of. No, we won't go there. We'll just do it anyway. And if people enjoy watching it, then they enjoy watching it. If they don't, well, we'll enjoy doing it because that's what we went there for.
It's correlated.
Yeah. We are. It is. Well, I would imagine so. Does you'd like to think that if
culture
garden, you would definitely have Japanese fish within it. You'd like to think. Well, now then, why don't you bring? Are we going to Tokyo, Mick? Yes, one day we are going to.
Yeah,
in spring.
Yeah, we're going to go and we're going to go over and see all what there is to offer.
The Sakai Blossom.
Yeah, but that's one of the other things we want to go over and see as well.
Yeah.
And Mick says he's a bit partial to some chocolate deep fried crickets, mealworm, and all them things. Apparently, they're a delicacy over there, and he wants to give them a go.
No.
One pupae.
A little side cheese dip.
No, I want to. Fuck you.
The hell out of them.
I want to try the proper the noodle ramen. apparently ramen there is like it could be world class because that's where it comes from. But I've seen quite a few places on YouTube that do talk about the ramen dish.
Yeah.
I want to go over there and try it.
Skeggy
I
says,
want to try the blowfish.
Skeggy says, you will be amazed at the amount of red in their formal gardens.
Really?
But I bet it don't look cheap and tacky with black. Or does it? Just go to
everybody to their own.
There, Mick. You can't go wrong with it. In the day, fried spuds are fried spuds. Easy out there. Just go to what?
Wagamama's, yeah. I like it there, but that's I don't think that's Japanese though. I think that's Korean, I think.
Right.
Yeah, Wagamama's. Wagamama's. It's a restaurant in town. You sit on benches at either side of people.
Is it just raw fish, though?
That's over here. That's our interpretation.
Exactly.
Theirs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I have been to Wagamama's.
Bridges with black, etc. A lot of natural wood too. We're going to Google it.
Yeah, but they do it. They don't do it in the manner that a British person would, where paint red and black.
Where they paint the whole garden shed, the whole pond, and the whole the fence, and then the conservatory. And then they put black chippings down, and they go around with a highlighter and pick out everything in red. They don't do it like that, do this guy? Or do they? And to me, it looks.
I'm trying to do it earth tones. That's what I'm trying to do.
Natural.
Yeah, greys, slates, woods, greens. You know what I mean? All the colours that you can see in Japanese nature.
Not as in a paintbrush to flick over and tidy up and clean up everything. Yeah. I get what you mean. Right then, gentlemen, I am going to say just pushing up to 10 o'clock. Thanks very much for everybody who's joined us this evening. Thank you very much to all those people that give me the thumbs up. There are 33 of them out there. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you all for coming along, sitting here and having a chat with us. Usual thing, guys. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. And from myself, Daz and Mick, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks very much. Keep smiling. Soon. See you again. Take care.